I am Debbie from the D Project. We're a dance company based in Darlington, and I've been working within dance, gosh, for about 15 years now, in terms of professionally. And our company works in education and community, so we specialise in facilitation, so going in and doing workshops in schools and colleges and things like that, but also producing projects with the community, and also producing now productions for children, young people and families. In a nutshell.
Brilliant. So, terrific. So I'm loads to ask you there. I'm going to start at the beginning of how did you first get involved in dance? Is it something you've always done? Do you come from a creative background?
Yeah, it's something I got into when I was younger, and I went to college and did performing arts and dance, and then went on to do my degree in dance, and yeah, the rest is and I did a master's in dance, so it's just kind of always been my passion, and it's always been something I wanted to do as a career, and I've been lucky enough to do that so far.
Terrific. So was your early ambition to be a dancer, or did you always want to get involved in community work and involving other people?
I would say there was probably a passion there to dance and to perform, but I would say from a very young age I always wanted to teach dance. I think I was inspired by my dance teachers, and I think also when you can see the kind of the physical job of somebody, that makes it seem kind of attractive to you, and it seems like a possible career option. So I think that's why I first went into it. But then obviously doing my degree, you're opened up to so many more avenues and things like that, so it's definitely diversified, and definitely took me in lots of different ways and different projects that I never thought I would do.
And so how did the D Project come about? Is it just you? Do you have a team? And how long you've been going? How did you get to this position?
Yeah, the D Project has been going for 10 years now, and it started off just kind of evolving from my freelance work. So I was doing lots of freelance work, and it was just about kind of adding branding to that really. But then and bringing people in to work with as well. So then I wasn't working on my own all the time. So I was working with different freelancers, and more recently have just kind of got an employee as well. And so yeah, got different freelancers that I work with, and also one part-time employee now.
Terrific, well done.
Thanks.
And the kids that you work with, what kind of age groups do they tend to be?
Gosh, we work with all ages, so it's we've actually just done a sling and sway class, which is for babies, so in the slings. So we've just started that this kind of last month. So yeah, it's from baby right the way up to, I've been teaching kind of 80-90-year-olds as well. So yeah, it's all ages. It's definitely across the board. A lot of our community sessions are young people, but we're just diversifying more into adult sessions and over 65 sessions, and yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. So how do you work, like how do you get people to engage? Obviously it's different with babies to old people to sort of kids, and how do you approach it? How do you find people to get engaged? How do you reach people that you think might be interested?
Yeah, well, a lot of our work is, well, in fact, most of our community work at the moment is with the Darlington Hippodrome. So we deliver all of their dance participatory work. So luckily, in that sense, for engagement, there's that support there. So it's about working with the Hippodrome, and but also because we work in schools as well, it's about engaging kind of schools on kind of that extracurricular activity, and that kind of, they might be introduced to it within schools, but then kind of if you get some that are interested, it's about kind of introducing them then to the projects or youth work that we do. But I guess social media does have a slight impact as well. So yeah, a lot of our stuff's from word of mouth, if I'm honest, or kind of working with organisations or with people where there's a specific area that has a need for something.
Yeah, and I suppose, you know, word of mouth is a very good sign that what you're doing is being well received. Other than you know, the idea of putting on a dance event or having some kind of show or performance at the end of it, what do you think being involved in dance gives to people of all ages, and what kind of part do you think it plays in society?
Oh gosh, I could be here forever with this one. So I think if I'm going to be relevant and specific to the more at the moment, I found that dance has been a bit of therapy for people. So, and specifically our All 55s class, they come in and they can come in with kind of the weight of the world on the shoulders, or just kind of feeling quite annoyed or stressed about the whole situation, and then they go out just feeling so much lighter. And we do a lot of kind of work on kind of just trying to release that through the movement and through the body. So I think at the moment dance also for me as well, just I definitely feel better when I've danced. It seems like a bit of a therapy session sometimes, but as well as that, I mean, there's so many different benefits from our kind of performance work, kind of the different subjects that we touch upon as well. So about kind of it's a different way to talk about a subject or to just open up discussions. And then there's the obvious things of the actual dance sessions and the kind of physical health and well-being side of things. Discipline, kind of being part of something, and dedication, confidence. There's so many different things that can benefit really, and can kind of go into everyday life and things that aren't to do with dance as well.
Absolutely, yeah, terrific. So yeah, I suppose I've got to ask, what, you know, lockdown, how's it affected your practice? Are you thinking about the future or possible pathway out of this, providing
Yeah.
like we might have a vaccine or something? But yeah, how's it been?
Yeah, I mean, I think if anything, this is in terms of artists as a general, I think this is where artists do kind of come into their own, and you can see that this is where artists are creative and pull together and try and make things work in a different way. So I think in that sense, it's where artists come into their own. Obviously we are still human and we're faced with challenges, and it is hard. In terms of our work, obviously at the moment I'm working from home, um, and a lot of our things are, well, in fact all of our community sessions are online at the moment because we're in lockdown too. So um, yeah, it is hard, and but it's about just being adaptable. And I think if we're just kind of constantly adapting, and there's been a lot of planning and replanning and planning and replanning. We had a tour that was scheduled for this year, which we've had to reschedule for next year, and are just hoping that it'll happen next year. It's interesting though, in terms of kind of planning new projects, how we now are considering new things. So, for instance, I'm working on a new production that I want to start working on, and it's about that COVID response now as well. So it's not just about planning for it to go into theatres, it's about how is it going to be accessible. And I think it's, if anything, that's a positive in terms of something we should probably be doing more so in the future as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly since last February, I've been very concerned with accessibility, but definitely since the start of lockdown, and
Yeah.
it's terrific that other people are thinking in these ways. Um, it's been great to talk to you. Well done in all that you've achieved. You obviously do a lot of good work.
Thank you.
Um, and yeah, I very much hope that at some point
Yeah, we
be
can
able
meet
to
in person.
come out and see the work that you do.
That would be lovely. Yes. Well, hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be
Would
Hedge
be
in 2021. It would be great to see you there. Thank you.
absolutely. All right, take care.
You too. Take care. Bye.